connection, ABC testing. So we're going to do work versus what the F. So I want you to come off mute and just quickly, we're going to go around the room. We're going to pretend you're my virtual team for a minute, and I'm going to do A and then B. But this has nothing to do with our vision question. This is just more of a connection and the energy of feelings to see it at play. So I want to go with work first. And so you're my team. Hey, everybody. So glad you came to this meeting. 101 for today, I'm sure. Tell me, what are you working on this week? So you can make something up, or you can tell me actually what you're working on. It doesn't matter, but someone start us off. Anurag, what you working on today?
Yeah, so I'm working on a metadata tool called as Collibra, and that is used for different purposes like creating the data dictionaries and workflows, and the data stewardship. So it has so many uses with respect to data governance and data capturing as well.
All right, that's what Anurag's working on. Boone, what are you working on today?
So my biggest thing is that we just added a team of 300 agents to our company, and how we're going to smoothly integrate them into our system.
Oh, fun, integration. Stephen, what are you working on today?
I'm working on a bit of visioning, I suppose. I'm in the process of finishing up a PhD on psychosocial and psychoanalytic studies. So I'm interested in psychological safety in the workplace. So looking at diversity, inclusion, equity, all of those things. And looking at how in the future I would be able to position myself to do work like merging management with psychological safety ideas.
Wonderful.
So I'm exploring.
Exploring. Those are the fun days, right? I love it.
It's not easy.
My personality loves the rabbit hole days, those exploring and visioning days. Jeff, what are you doing today? What work are you doing?
Currently getting ready for doing a whole load of training on culture change. I'm doing some teaching at a German university, and tomorrow we're going through, amongst other things, case study on the famous merger between Daimler and Chrysler, on why that didn't work and how far was that due to culture clash and how far was it due to other things. So really interesting topic.
It is an interesting topic. Melinda, I don't know if you can get your hands on the phone, but what are you working on today from the car?
Hi. So today I'm seeing clients, and I would say what I'm working on, not just today, but my goals right now, and why I'm here is I think I naturally have this way of leading and learning more about it so that I can share it with my coworkers and teach them these same ideas of like really seeing each other and being vulnerable. When I'm leading people, I'm definitely extremely vulnerable. I think I usually start with what I already see I'm doing wrong so that it makes a safe space for them to go ahead and come at me. But I also, am working with the parents specifically today to help them see where our clients are coming from. So teaching people to understand the other perspective, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, that's a big challenge. David, what are you working on today?
Implementing our change plan.
Change plan.
Brand new tools launching to our entire supply chain organization, and getting all 500 people migrated over to these new tools.
Yeah, some pretty heavy work going on here today with this crew. So again, just gives me pause and gratitude that you're spending your time with me. Anyone else? Those are just the names that I can see. Narmati, what are you working on today? Are you still with us? I don't see your picture. So
Was it me? Okay.
Yes, go ahead. What are you working on today?
I am working on a global project proposal for a customer on an integration project.
Okay.
So that's what I'm working on.
All right. So notice how you're feeling. Are you feeling connected to anyone in particular? Maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe thinking, thank God I'm not connected to that person because the work they have to do is out of my league. I don't know. So just notice how you're feeling. So we're going to move to the second one, and that's the what the F connection. So bullet kind of shotgun this one, but then we'll talk about how you can apply design thinking to this. But I want to go through the same people and anyone else that wants to chime in. And instead of telling me what you're working on today, I want you to tell me one thing that frustrated you this week, one thing that you found fun this week at work. These all apply to work, and one thing that frankly you were bored about this week. So Stephen, you want to start us out? Frustrated, fun, and frankly bored.
I suppose frustrated by the broader situation imposed by COVID. Board would be having to revalidate contracts. So that took a few hours of boring administration. And what was the other one?
Fun. What was fun at work?
I suppose just out getting a bit of sport, doing sport. That's the only kind of fun space in the situation we're in at the moment.
Okay. Boone, what's yours? Frustrated, fun, and frankly bored.
Frustrated is, in my industry, there's a lot of compliance and it requires tons of paperwork, which means tons of time that I can't be doing things that I consider way more productive. So bored, I don't know. I don't know that I have a whole lot of boring things going on. I constantly stayed in either the active or the relaxation phase. Fun is, that's an easy one. My favorite part of my week is seeing my agents get paid. It's a real blast to see people that have started from a completely different industry actually become successful in this business. And that's probably my favorite thing. Okay.
Love that. Anurag, frustrated, fun, and frankly bored.
I'll start with fun. Because of the work from home opportunity, we are able to do much more than what we could do earlier when we had to travel. The travel time is reduced and flexibility in working hours. So that is the fun part of it. Bored is sometimes that we are not able to go out of our houses and do the regular things that we used to do before the lockdown. And frustrated, I don't think I'm frustrated at all.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. We may need your secret sauce there for that one.
It is yoga and meditation.
Yeah. Hey, I do both of those. They do help tremendously. Melinda, fun, frustrated, frankly bored.
Well, my frustrated and bored come from the same thing. I hate paperwork.
Okay.
I hate paperwork. So please leave it. I do anything I can to avoid it.
Yeah.
And then fun, it's just seeing our clients grow into, I work with young people, and to see them grow and mature and find faith in themselves, and watching the relationships with parents get like some healing. It's really beautiful to watch all of that.
Yeah, that's cool. Jeffrey, fun, frankly bored, and frustrated.
Yeah, I can't think of anything bored, but in terms of frustrating, I'm having to interact at the moment with a number of different organizations where I get into really, really complicated and customer unfriendly processes. So you end up being given the runaround between different numbers and people and that kind of thing. And so one of these companies yesterday ended up writing to the CEO and just sort of complained about what a lousy service they did. And then I got an email back from somebody who was a complaints analyst, which is, I said to my wife, if they have to have someone who's just spent their time analyzing complaints, it shows how terrible they are. So that's kind of frustrating. The fun thing right now is during the month of April, I'm part of a cancer charity based here. and we're doing a challenge where we're walking the distance from here to the moon and back again. And so every day we're all trying to walk as many steps as we can in our free moments. And already we've walked as far to the moon already. So the challenge is to keep up the pace and make sure that we can outdo the targets. So that's good fun.
Oh, good fun. Narmati?
Yeah. So the fun part is learning new models on the cultural integration that I'm doing, and the frustrating part is the kind of reports, Excel sheets, and documents that is breaking the head. What is boring is related to the frustration part, because there's a lot of confidentiality data and we don't have the bigger picture. So it's frustrating that we have to do an analysis with half-cooked work. That's it.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for sharing, Narmati. David, what about you? Fun, frustrated, and frankly bored.
This product development roadmap is speaking right to my strengths, and we've been able to do some visioning around how we take the tools we're implementing and evolve them, utilizing design. So it's been fun. The boredom is the piece that doesn't speak to my strength, and that's implementation. So 500 people in supply chain are not getting my best. Well, they're getting my best, they're not getting my enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And frustrating is always the rework, so to speak, having to say it 100 times and then having to go back and say it 100 more. I didn't know the product could do that. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, all aspects of this this implementation have all three phases embedded in it.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but I saw a lot more smiles on your faces as people were talking about what was fun or laughing about what was frustrating and frankly boring. A lot of head shaking when they hit on something that you were also bored with. So as you can see, tapping into the feelings really begins to connect us, even though, I have no clue what Anurag does with data engineering. That's not my background. I could identify with what he enjoyed and what he saw frustrating or what he saw fun. But it goes beyond that, because this wasn't just a simple little game you could play with your team to connect. This actually is kind of how you can go about when you have these one-on-one conversations with your team, looking for solutions to your challenge, whether it be the connection and culture or some other challenge, because the fun, as David mentioned, draws on his strengths. So when we pay attention to what is fun for our team, and we pay attention to what is frankly boring for our team, then guess what? A huge thing going forward, which I'm sure Jeffrey could even speak to even more, is job crafting. And so when we begin to look at these things like what's fun, what's frankly boring, then we can begin to see these patterns of opportunity for how we can craft our team's jobs to suit their own strengths and their own needs. Another thing you can see as you begin to dig deeper, obviously I didn't dig deep into anyone's feelings about any of those three aspects. You can also begin to see what are opportunities for innovation here. Obviously, there's better solutions in each of our companies for reducing paperwork. So how do we come together as a team and look at this paperwork we're doing? How can it be done faster, more efficiently, maybe eliminated altogether? I mean, those things that are frankly boring or frustrating, those are your innovation opportunities, something that you can put your brain power and your team's brain power to work around solving. Because imagine how much lighter and freer each of you would feel if that thing that was frankly boring or frustrating to you suddenly left your plate. Well, that's the power of design thinking, when you can create those solutions that reduce that frustration or that boredom and do it in a way that is fun. And solving problems is fun. I don't care what personality type you are. It's builds a camaraderie and unifies a team when they come together and they knock something to the ground that's really been holding them back. So that's kind of the exercise of connecting work versus what WTF. And so I want to kind of end with, this is what design thinking does. It takes the employee's needs and the company's vision, and it finds where those two intersect. And that's where the success comes in. And I think nothing summarizes it better than Zig Ziglar's quote that says you can have everything in life that you want if you help enough other people get what they want. So you want this vision for your company, for your team, whatever that vision is. Your employees have problems that are distracting them from that vision. When you begin to work together to eliminate those, then the success begins to happen easier and easier and easier. And that's the power of design thinking. So